Hello. This is going to be an arm strengthening series for beginners. Just wanted to say quickly before we begin, please listen to your own body, okay? Don't do anything if it doesn't feel right, and if my pace is too quick, slow it down. Adjust for yourself, that's the most important thing. A big part of yoga is learning to listen to the messages coming from your body, so if that's most of what you get done in this video, then that's great. You did a good job. Okay, so we're just going to begin with some shrugging of the shoulders, making circles forward, up, back, and down. Doesn't have to be the biggest shoulder circle you can make. Keep it a little bit loose. And just start feeling the muscles. Noticing your range of motion. Maybe it's easy to go up, but it's hard to go back, right? Just noticing what's going on as we're shrugging them back. Take a nice long inhale. And just try to release some tension as you exhale. Okay, and then we're going to circle the arms forward and up. And easily letting them float around, not pushing through to make it as big as you can, okay? Just feeling the muscles in the chest, in the shoulders, in the upper back. See if you can leave your neck loose. You can try moving your head around gently just to make sure your neck isn't kind of frozen in place. Nice, easy breaths. And we'll just do a little side to side. Let your head fall. And gently come back up. And let your head fall to the other side. Again, with the range of motion, don't try to go as far as you can, okay? Just keep it comfortable and notice what you're feeling as you're doing it. One more to the other side. And back up. And then we'll interlace the fingers, turn the palms so they're facing out, press out until your arms go straight, and then we'll gently lift up. Undo the hands, let the arms float down, interlace your hands behind your back, try to straighten the elbows, keeping your chest open so your shoulders are not rounded forward, but the shoulder blades are squeezing together in your upper back. And we'll just hold here for a couple of breaths. As you breathe in, try to feel your chest expand with the breath. And as you breathe out, try to squeeze the shoulders back. See if you can feel the muscles between the shoulder blades tightening. Inhale, expanding all in the chest. Exhale, squeezing the shoulder blades together in the back. And we'll do one more. Inhale long. And exhale, squeeze back. And then relax the hands down to your knees. Head to one side. Reach your opposite shoulder down. So you don't have to push a lot with your head or your neck. Just let your head kind of naturally fall and then press down through the opposite shoulder. And again, nice long breath and just notice where you're feeling it. And lift your head back up. And then just let your head fall to the other side. And then reach down through that opposite shoulder. Nice long breath and just notice where you feel it stretching. And gently letting your head float back up. And then lastly, we'll tuck the chin towards your chest. Try to lift your chest up towards your chin at the same time. So you're sort of squeezing the chest and chin towards each other. Nice long breath. Maybe you can feel the breath expanding in your rib cage or your chest or your belly. Just notice when you take a long, slow inhale, where's the breath going? And exhale, squeezing the chest and chin towards each other. And we'll do one more nice long breath in. And squeeze the chest and chin towards each other on the exhale. And then just let your head float back up. And we'll just do a couple more circles. And then we'll get into some of the arm strengthening now that we're all warmed up. Okay, so the most important, as I said, is to listen to the messages coming from your body. Try not to get too distracted by the positions. Second to that would be noticing the positioning of your shoulders. When we're strengthening the arms, we don't want the shoulders to be rounded forward or scrunched up to the ears, because if you practice strengthening your arms in those positions, you're kind of teaching your body, when I use my arms, I want my shoulders to be forward. Or when I use my arms, I want my shoulders to be up. That's not what we want, right? We want our shoulders down in the sockets so we're not creating tension in the front or in the top. So as you're doing it, try to, and I'll keep mentioning it, try to keep the shoulders open and down, okay? So we're gonna start on the hands and knees. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Have a big, wide palm on the ground. And just start with squeezing your arms. You can look down at your elbows and notice if maybe one is a little bent, right? Or both are a little bent. We want to try to squeeze the elbows straight so the arms are nice and straight. And then press the shoulders wide open and down away from your ears. So this is already arm strengthening, and we're practicing good positioning with the shoulders. Just take a couple of breaths here. Feel the hands nice and wide and strong on the ground. Squeeze the elbows straight. Open the shoulders and slide them down away from your ears. Okay, so now I want to lean all the way back. If you have any trouble with your knees in this position, you don't have to go so far, right? Just a little bit is okay. And then we're going to come back up, bringing the shoulders over the hands. Not in front towards your fingers, but right on top. Again, spread the shoulders wide. Nice long breath. And lean back again. If you're comfortable going all the way back, you can go all the way back. Keep the elbows straight. So a lot of times when people do this position, they'll let the elbows bend and rest on the ground. I want you to try to keep squeezing the arms straight. And if you want, you can drop your head and let it hang down towards the mat or the floor, whatever you're on. So working in this way, we're telling our body when our arms are squeezing, right, we can relax our neck. We don't have to tighten our neck when we use our arms. So by letting your head hang down, you're relaxing your neck. And by squeezing the elbows straight, you're strengthening the arms. And we'll gently come back up onto the hands and knees. And now I want you to walk the hands a little bit forward, say maybe 6 inches in front of where they were before. And we're going to try bringing the hips in line between the knees and the shoulders. So this can be kind of tricky. What is in line? It's hard to see, right? If it feels like your hips are hanging down, they are hanging down. Okay, so lift them a little bit up. You can feel the lower belly helping to support. And if it feels like your butt's kind of sticking up in the air, it is sticking up in the air. So try to tuck it a little bit and bring it a little down. Okay? So this is sort of like a preparatory push-up position on the knees. Nice long breaths, spreading the shoulders wide and reaching them down away from your ears. Again, look at your elbows. Notice if they're both straight. If they're not straight, try to squeeze them straight. And we'll sit all the way back again. This time, since the hands are further forward, we probably won't sit all the way onto the heels, right? We want to keep squeezing the arms straight as you stretch back with your hips, and try letting your head hang down, relaxing your neck again. And we'll slowly come back up. And we'll lean forward again until we feel like we have a straight line from the knees to the shoulders, or from the knees to your head. Actually, my shoulders should be right over my hands or my wrists. So I was a little back, so I scooted a little forward. All right, so we're going to try our beginner's push-up. All I want you to do is Keep the shoulder position so the shoulders are spread wide and down away from your ears. Look at your elbows, and I want you to bend them. This is like 2 inches, not far at all, and squeeze them straight. Bend them and squeeze them straight. If when you're bending them, hopefully you can bend them. If not, don't worry, just keep trying. Eventually you'll figure out how to do it. Sometimes people, I don't know how to bend they're not bending, right? So just take it easy, take it slow. It's one step at a time, right, wherever you're at. So if they're not bending, they will. Just keep trying. Now, if they are bending, I want you to notice, are they bending out to the side or are they bending back along your rib cage, right? I want them to bend back along the rib cage because that'll keep your shoulders rolled open. Again, if we bend them out, we're turning the shoulders in a little, and then we're teaching our body to have the shoulders rolled in when we use the arms. That's not what we want. So spread the shoulders wide, reach them down away from your ears, and then as you bend, and I encourage you to look at the elbows just so you can really see what's going on, try to bend them alongside your torso. Okay? Try a couple more, nice and easy. If you notice that your butt is kind of sticking up, right, try to use your stomach and squeeze your butt muscles to hold the pelvis in place. Because if you notice, the only thing that's moving is my elbows. Let's try 2 more. Bend and straight. Bend and straight. And then we're going to lift the hips up. Lean all the way back. This time you can let the hands come further back with you so that you can sit down onto the hips. Again, if this isn't comfortable for your knees, just go as far as you can, right? So you might be more like this. That's totally fine. It's actually the same for your arms. Sitting back however far you can. Keep the fingers spread nice and wide. Keep the elbows straight and let your head hang down. Try to take nice long breaths here and notice, where is the breath going when I take a long deep breath? Do I feel it in my lower back? Do I feel it in my belly pressing against my legs? Do I feel it in the backs of the rib cage, right? Slow, long inhales, noticing where is the breath going in my body. And then the exhale just kind of takes care of itself. Release tension as you exhale, like a sigh, right? You can make sound if you want, or if you're not comfortable, it doesn't have to be noisy, but feel like it's a sigh. Feel like you're letting some tension out on that exhale. And coming back up onto the hands and knees. Now we're going to sit down with the legs out in front of us. So you're going to sit on your butt with your knees bent. Try to have your feet, knees, and hips all in the same line. Okay, so we're not wonky whichever way, right? We want it to be even. You can check your feet. If one's really far in front of the other, try to match them up. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're going to bring the hands back behind you. So basically what we're going to do is arch through your back, okay? The hand positioning ideally would be with your fingers pointing back, but if that's not comfortable, it's actually better for you to do it at whatever angle feels best. So maybe sort of a little bit out to the sides, maybe all the way with the fingers pointing towards the hips, right? Do whatever feels like you have some room to move here. I'll show it to you with the hands pointing back because that's sort of ideal for the shoulder position. If your hands are facing in, just try to spread the shoulders wide, okay? The hands are pretty far back, not super far, right? But definitely not close in towards your pelvis. You should be kind of leaning your weight a little bit back into the hands. So we're going to try lifting up with your chest, lifting your lower back up towards the ceiling, so you're arching, and then spread the shoulders wide towards the hands. Okay, you can look up towards the ceiling. You can let your head hang all the way back, or you can keep your chin kind of tucked down towards your chest. Do whatever's most comfortable for your neck for right now. Or you could try all three and then choose. As you inhale, try to feel the whole front of your torso expand with the breath. Maybe you can even see it if you're looking that way. As you exhale, press through your hands. Again, spread the fingers nice and wide. Press through the hands on the exhale and reach your chest and your lower back and your middle back up towards the ceiling. Inhale long. Exhale, reaching up. Inhale long. Exhale, reaching up. Inhale long. And exhale, reaching up. And if your head is dropped back or looking up, you can bring it back down in line. Hold onto your knees. And we'll just gently rock back a little bit. If you can go with your elbows straight, that's good. If that's too far and you feel tippy, you can still have the elbows a little bit bent. Try to stretch a bit on the upper shoulder and the upper back, right around here. Push the shoulders down in the socket and kind of lean back with your spine. So I'll show you how it looks with my arms straight. I'm keeping my shoulders down away from my ears. Now I'm not keeping them spread wide back because I'm rounded forward this way. We don't always have to go this direction. In fact, we want to learn to do both directions. So right now the shoulders are down in the socket and kind of reaching forward away from my upper back. And I feel a nice stretch across here. As you inhale long in this position, see if you can feel the breath maybe going into your back somewhere, right? Maybe the upper back, maybe right where you feel the stretch across the shoulders. If you don't feel a stretch, it's okay. You're just getting used to it. You can also practice tightening the stomach here. You're using your arms to hold on, but you might as well squeeze your stomach too because it's a nice position for your stomach to learn to support your lower back. One more long breath here. And then you can bend the elbows, bringing your chest forward and up. And try to lift up through your chest, stretching up through your back a little bit. And we're going to do one more position here. Same thing with the arms back behind you. Now, as we're going to lift our butt up like this, okay? As you come up, watch out for the shoulders. If they're kind of scrunched forward, it might feel really uncomfortable. So try to stretch them open and only go a little bit up and kind of check out how that feels. If you can still breathe long breaths and it doesn't feel uncomfortable in the shoulders, you can try lifting the hips a little higher. Check that out. How is that feeling? Are my shoulders okay? Is my neck tense, right? Only go as high as you can with the pelvis if you're keeping your shoulders pretty relaxed and you're able to do long, easy breaths. Okay? So we're going to start like we did a second ago with opening up like this, so you're arching in your back again. And then to lift the hips, you're going to push the feet into the ground. So just go a few inches to start. See if you can breathe long. Press your hands into the ground. Squeeze your arms straight. Just like when we were doing our little push-ups, we want to squeeze the elbows straight. Okay? If this feels okay, first of all, if it doesn't feel okay, just come back down and wiggle out and do whatever you got to do, and then you can try again in a second. If this is feeling okay, then you can go a little bit higher, right? Press down through your feet to lift your hips up. Again, checking in with the shoulders, squeezing the elbows straight. Long, easy breath. And if that feels okay, you can try pushing a little more. Eventually you'll go like flat, right? This is like tabletop. You can have your head looking up towards the ceiling. You can have your head hanging all the way back, or you can keep your chin tucked into your chest so you're looking towards your knees. One more long breath here. Feel your hands nice and wide and strong in the ground. Press the arms straight. And then gently lowering back down with the hips, all the way down to the ground. And we'll come back around how we started. sitting cross-legged or whatever version of cross-legged is comfortable for you. And just shake out the hands gently. So while you do this, try to keep the shoulders down in the socket. We don't want to do this, right? And just like a gentle little fling, like you have a spider web on your hand and you want to gently kind of fling it off. See if you can release some tension. Practicing yoga creates tension sometimes, right? It's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Am I doing it right? This feels weird. It's hard. You have all these thoughts, right? Releasing the tension of yoga. Yoga's supposed to release tension, but it's also, especially if it's a new experience, it might be a little nerve-wracking, right? It makes you a little bit nervous. Releasing that. Okay? And then to end, we're going to bring the palms together, fingers facing up towards the ceiling. Just have them a little bit out away from your chest. And you're going to reach all the way up. Open the hands and let them open down towards the ground with the elbows straight. And then bending the elbows, bringing the palms together again, just a little bit out from your heart, not out like so far, but not touching your body, just a little away. Reaching up through your center. You can try to stretch up from your lower back and then open to the sides and down, keeping the elbows straight. And we'll do one more. Palms together. This time we're going to try to coordinate your breath and your movement. So as the hands are going to go up towards the ceiling, you're going to take a long, slow inhale. And as the hands come out and down, you're going to exhale. Okay, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, out and down. And that's it. Thank you for joining me today. If you're interested in learning more, I teach private classes and I make personalized videos. So you could check out my website. Feel free to send me an email if you have any questions or you want clarification or just want to tell me something. I'd love to hear from you. Okay, take care. Bye.